Hello there guys, and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. Today I'm talking about how I use triggers to literally manifest my abundant and healthy life. And you can do it too. Are you looking to heal? Are you looking to create more abundance, love, whatever it is? Guess what? Triggers can be the solution to help you to do that. Today I'm going to explain why. If you like Spirituality Simplified, please consider like, sharing and subscribing. Comment down below if you find this video helpful. Also, I want to now discuss with you how I did it, but also I want you to join my free Facebook group, The Healing Circle. So if you like to learn more from me in a different way, come and join the free Facebook group there as well. So guys, let's talk about this. I use my triggers to heal my life in all ways. Why did I use that? Well, I'm going to explain it. You see, your triggers, when you are triggered, they're literally showing you what you feel on a subconscious level. So this is what the teaching needs to be. We need to really understand where we are on a deeper level to be able to change. So a lot of us can consciously understand these spiritual lessons, these spiritual guidance, these truths. But I will say this, you never know how to change until you put it into action. So being consciously aware of what you need to do is not enough as putting it into action. So meditation, prayer therapy, affirmations, all these things are very useful tools, but it's the real nitty-gritty is when you can start to deal with your triggers. Now let me tell you why. I'm going to explain it in the way of abundance for now, just for simplicity, but you can adjust it to love, health, everything. I'm going to explain it first in abundance and then in a little bit of health, of healing. Okay, so when I was very lackful, I didn't have a lot, I was making all my decisions from fear. And one of my biggest rules that I've said many times on this channel is stop making your decisions from fear. Stop making them from a place of lack. Because what you're going to do is then you're going to take action which is just going to compound the lack within you. So what I'm trying to say is actually start to use your triggers as a noticeable point of where you feel subconsciously in that area. So let's say, for example, you were going out for a meal. You were taking someone you liked out for a meal, but you've been having this feeling of lack and limitation for so long. They say instead of one of the sort of standard restaurants, let's go somewhere special tonight. Yeah, no problem. I'll get the bill, you say. And then when the bill comes and it says, $250 or something, the chest goes tight, the heartbeat races. This is actually a brilliant time to do some inner work. See, I used this when I was paying for things like little excursions, even going out and buying the food shop for the family. When I was lackful, I would not do anything until I'd noticed my subconscious reaction to this. And the subconscious reaction, if I'm totally honest, usually comes in some form of physical feeling on the body. So what I'm saying to you is this: we need to understand that that physical feeling is what is going to show us where we really are. Now, sometimes you could call it a feeling of anxiety, a tightness in the chest, in the throat. It could be anywhere. But the mere fact of noticing that trigger is going to already disconnect you from its energy. So what did I used to do? So let's say this, I was going to pay for once a hotel. For me and the family, it was out of nowhere. I was still feeling that little bit of a feeling. I was still noticing it all. I'm just telling you this. What I'm going to say is this. I noticed it on my body. I would sit where it was on the body. I used that trigger to show me where I was. I sat with it and I breathed and I relaxed and I observed it. You see, now the trigger is not guiding me. Now I am disconnected from that trigger. Now I am the one who notices. So I would watch it. And I watched it and observed it release. Then I would demand and confirm the divine truths within me, that there is only one source of my supply. All my needs are met. This is coming back to me multiplied. Now, I use this in my health as well. I used to get triggered by the pains in my throat. And I would use those triggers again because I would feel the frustration. See, instead of getting angry at myself, feeling the frustration, the anger, all the opposite bits, I would notice it. I would observe it. I would really breathe. I would become detached from it and become the observer behind it. You see, me observing behind the trigger is the true me, is the observer, is the whole self, is the divine self. So I could watch it give it space to move, then affirm my truth. You see, now I'm never taking action in the world without it being aligned to what I want to experience in my life. That was what the changing point was. And that is how you could use triggers as your ultimate guide of how to change. Now, where are you triggered in your life? Comment down below what's triggering you at the moment. Don't see it as a problem anymore. See it as a blessing. See it as something now that you can look into and start to use as your vantage point of where you actually are along the spiritual belief and faith and trust journey. So when I'm triggered by something, it means that I'm not totally faithful in the flow of life. I'm not trusting in that divine, wonderful river of peace that's going to guide me to all the things that I want. I'm not walking over the bridge of incidences, as Neville Goddard would say. I'm thinking it needs to go exactly the way I want it to get me to where I want to be. But that's not the truth. All I have to do is become neutral, and become neutral first, behind the trigger. The trigger and the energy of the trigger will leave. Then I can start to affirm and add a little bit of intention towards that which I want. That's what really changed my life. That's what helped me to start to experience it. Because you see, triggers at their most potent are just the true indication of where you are on a spiritual, energetic level on that journey. That's all. That's all. So don't be bothered by them. See them as a great indicator, as a wonderful lesson to you of how to do it. I'm going to tell you something of how I helped people to change their lives. So I'm going to give you an example. I had one client who needed £70,000 to save his business. Now, put it this way. He asked 10 different people who he knew could say yes to help save his business, to invest in him, and they all said no. He came to me. We worked together. Guess what? Days and days would go by with nothing happening. But again, I was saying, this is interesting. Use these things that are bothering you. Use this energy that is really making you feel uncomfortable. Observe it. Don't make it a god of you. Start to observe it. Start to become the peace behind that and see what happens. Well, we started to laugh because about 2 days before he needed it, still nothing had happened, and we were laughing at, this is all a game, and it's just a simulation and a game. Why? You have to laugh sometimes. Well, the thing is when he got to that point, he really went to the point where he let go of all those triggers. He let go of all that intensity and emotion in him, and he just gave over to something else because it looked like it was lost. Well, literally the day before he needed it, someone messaged him saying, my friend really wants to invest in your businesses. He's willing to invest now, and that total amount he invested was 70,000. So behind all those triggers, behind working with that energy, is the answer you're looking for. I hope that gives you the answers you wanted today, guys. Please like, share and subscribe, and know that I still have some spaces to work with some wonderful individuals who are willing to invest in themselves and change their lives. That will be linked in the description if you want to reach out or call with me. Take care, guys.